Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a Site Delta game featuring PtitDrogo and Elazer here on Site Delta. Been a very long time since I cast a game between these two players. So bottom right, it's going to be Elazer, the Polish Zerg player, and then the French Protoss top left, it is PtitDrogo. So, let's go ahead and see how PtitDrogo does here. It's been a while since I've seen his name in a professional tournament. This is Home Story Cup 25. And hatch blocking, so he knows the current meta. And maybe he's been playing in the current meta all along, but I haven't seen him for a while, so we'll see how he does here. Elazer says, yes, I know, we played against each other on ladder. I know you're going to go ahead and block my natural expansions, so I'm timing it to get 300 minerals at the third. Everything is A-OK. So, an assimilator is coming up. Gateway on the way. Is that an early assimilator? It's not going to be gateway into expansion here. Maybe he's feigning a gateway expand here against Elazer. We will see. So hatch, gas, pool 16, 18, 17 secured. Here from Elazer. And saturating it with 2 probes. And then a third as soon as it finishes up here at the Nexus. And then an expansion. Cybernetics core. And then second pylon and then second gas. Yeah, so what are we going to do with all of that gas? It's too much gas for a single adept, so maybe it's going to be an adept into maybe a little bit of an earlier Stargate pylon here for pathing purposes for these probes harvesting gas. Probe says, I'm going to harass you. That's okay, says Elazer. Probes have been harassing me for several years now. I am used to it. And 6lings on the way against the adept. There we go. And a Stargate. Okay, yeah. So a little bit of an earlier Stargate. But Stargate opening nonetheless. Very good. The Overlord says, if it's a Stalker, I will go ahead and retreat to this high ground. But I have a good feeling that it's going to be an Adept, and there it is. So it's an Adept. Speed is not quite finished. You don't want to meet an Adept in the middle of the map here. Slowlings. Yeah, there we go. These 2lings sneaking along down the bottom path. And this adept says, okay, no lings. Third base at 2 minutes and 55 seconds. That is a little bit late. But why? Why is it late? I think because maybe Elazer was a little bit late. That is my explanation. So 6 drones. And these 2lings are providing the same benefit as this Overlord. So I don't know why they're here. But maybe if we finish up metabolic boost, yeah, but that's a wall. That's a wall with the adept there. So I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of these 2lings are, Elazer. We will have to see, won't we? All right, so it's going to be an Oracle. And this Oracle's name, submitted by Wargamer82, is Horus Lupercal. After getting killed by the God Emperor of Mankind, his soul was thought to be obliterated. However, that was not the case. His soul traveled through the warp and ended up in the Caprulu sector, where his soul was entombed in an oracle. Now he plots his revenge. Let the galaxy burn. Ah, man, that's some good Horus Heresy right there. I have been reading through the Horus Heresy. It's a series of like 40 books that were put out in the Warhammer universe with a bunch of different authors, all sorts of different legions and planets and galaxies and characters, and it's crazy. I've been reading through about the rate of 1 book a week as part of the Falcon Paladin Hour. So check it out. Link in the description to that YouTube channel if you want to check it out. We're also available on Twitch. So yeah, Horus Lupercal comes in with a buddy and immediately starts burning the galaxy by taking down drones, or specifically, as far as he would be concerned, these are Tyranids, right? They look very Tyranid-esque. And the question, as always, is how much of Warhammer inspired our StarCraft, right? It was a bunch. Let's just say it was a bunch, to be fair. So a bunch of lings cruising on out here. What are we going to do, friendos? We're going to try to shut down this third base with the number of lings that are out. We're going to try to run into the natural. There are 3 oracles here, so you might get a stalker, but that's going to be about it, friendos. And they busted out. So, yeah, 3 oracles, pretty standard stuff here. But yeah, PtitDrogo is playing as modern a game of PvZ as you can. He's getting a robotics facility for observation purposes, maybe getting some Colossus out, also getting more gates, and a forge for upgrades, and maybe some cannons. Having a cannon in your mineral line is never a bad idea, especially if lings are running around. Baneling Nest coming up back home for Elazer. Lings come rolling in, but 2 Zealots and 2 Adepts. Good combo. They're going to kill a probe. Oh, wait, no. 2 probes, 3 probes. I apologize. Good use. Good use of the Ling run by, and then the Oracles swing in and get a couple more kills there, too. That's a total of 8 probe kills. 5 kills on Horus here, 1 kill on Horus's friend. I guess Lorgar? I don't know. Who do we think is Horus's friend? Oh, it's going to be a slow Bane attack here. There's no way this is going to have speed by the time they explode on something. We've seen this done. We have seen Dark do this on the channel recently. So if you're checking that out, let me know. But yeah, slow Baneling attack into the 3rd base is kind of this like sneaky thing you can do. It's less good if there's an attack. Oh, here we go. So Baneling, oh, beautiful. Baneling connect there. Ling's kind of running free here inside the 3rd base. Another Baneling coming in, trying to warp in some units. Oracles, burning down all the Lings. But Zealot, 1 Baneling takes down 2 Zealots. They've already been previously injured. 4 probes go down. Hard walling, so you can't get it in the natural base. You, Zerglings, you. It's still a worker advantage for PtitDrogo right now, but the 4 bases of Elazer. Is Elazer going for more? He's sending more Lings across the map. This might be a sunk cost play here. He might be sending bad after good, and he does. He falls back with the Lings. He did kill 10 probes, but it's even worker count right now. It did, bam, go down into Elazer's favor there as the 3rd base was devoid of probes for a second as they all ran away. But this is where Elazer can really drone up, and he does. He's firing up 6 drones at a time. He's getting a Roach Warren. He's getting a Lair. He's going to keep being aggressive with these Lings while droning up back home. Yeah, 9 drones getting fired up here. This is exactly what he wants to be doing as the Lings really keep PtitDrogo's attention here. Stalker. No. Lings, can they get through? They're in the house. No. PtitDrogo. No. Bad. Horrible. This is... every Zerg player dreams of this moment. Getting a bunch of Lings into the enemy mineral line, forcing the probes to run, or better yet, killing them all. Not many probes have died. 6 have gone down. Archon in your mineral line defending those probes is actually kind of awesome. And Charge Lot's not bad here either before these Lings have Adrenal, if they're ever getting Adrenal here today. So 6 probes died. That's a lot of Lings. 113 Lings have gone down today. That is a big number. Okay, well, it's Roaches on the follow-up here. Getting a +1 missile attack is great. PtitDrogo has +1 attack for his ground units already. He's adding in some more High Templar, maybe turning them into Archons. I do remember PtitDrogo being more of an Archon player than a lot of other Protoss players are. It's a bit of his style, you know? He'll make Archons more than anybody else in general. Not that he always makes them, and not that nobody else ever makes them, but I'm just saying. Something that I do feel like it's a PtitDrogo thing. You know what's really good against Roaches and Ravagers are these Oracles. Like, this might actually invite PtitDrogo to make more Oracles and just kind of move into this kind of hero-style PvZ. Dude, did more Lings get... Oh, it's a full scout. It is a full scout. I'm not sure anything is new here. But, oh, and got a probe, too. Couldn't get a second probe, almost. This probe owes its life to the Zealots that saved its butt. 5th base coming in from Elazer and Warp Prism. Oh, really? Archon Warp Prism shenanigans here at 8 minutes, huh? Weird. But hey, enough Roaches to shut this down. I mean, sure. You kill some Lings. It's cute. I mean, I've never seen a game that is hinged upon Warp Prism Archon. I've never seen a game where it's like, oh, the Warp Prism Archon stuff did so much damage. That's why the Protoss won. Nope. It is distracting, and these charge lots coming up here into the 4th base in the top right are a lot more dangerous. And then, yeah, everybody evacuates to deal with those, and the Archons get some actual decent hits here on this 5th base. So hang on a second. PtitDrogo takes down the 4th base. The 5th base might actually die. Oh, yeah, there's no saving this. Transfuse does go down. It's not that good. And bam, 2 hatcheries killed for a handful of Zealots. Good trade. PtitDrogo doing much better here than I thought he was going to in the first stages of this game. All right. He's getting a 4th base. It's not super well defended, but it's good enough, I'd say. Storm's on the way and finishing up now. So by that, I mean not on the way, imminent. Is going to replace the 4th base? Yes, replacing the 4th base. 5th base not being replaced quite yet. There you go. Now it is. The Roaches had to get out of the way for that. This is, wow, PtitDrogo just absolutely put himself into 1st place position in this 2-player match. Ooh, there's Hydras now. Oh, gosh, Hydras. Ooh, do not kill that Archon before he makes it out, and a shield battery heals him up as he warps back home, so all is well. Drained all of the remaining energy off of the shield battery, though. So, thank you, shield battery. I hope we don't need you anytime soon. Roaches do not... Oh, they do have speed. Yes, they are speedy here. There's a bit of a stasis trap here at the 3rd base for Ling run-bys and stuff, but Zealots try to run on in to that 5th base. Hydra count getting a little bit hefty. Infestation pit on the way. Hydra's getting a speed upgrade. Going to be here a minute later, but +2 missile attack is done for the Zerg. And +3 missile attack is coming in for PtitDrogo. So an upgrade advantage is being enjoyed right now. But it doesn't help if you're horrendously outnumbered, which, you know, both sides experience that. These Roaches are outnumbered. Those Zealots were outnumbered. Stasis is going to have to play a big part here, and it will, because ready, go. Yeah, that just took like 6 Roaches out of this engagement. Fantastic. Immortals have joined the party, because against Roaches, Immortals are insanely good. Not good against Hydras, but it's a combination Roach-Hydra play here from Elazer, so you need them. You need the Immortals, and there's the Storm. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Elazer does seem to have rebuilt his lost drones here. He's rebuilt his economy. Lurker Den is on the way. We'll see how that works out. Elazer says, if you're not going to actively defend this base, I'm going to keep poking in and taking stuff down. And there's a Roach Hydra attack at the 3rd base. Shield battery overcharges popped and chases these dudes away. So Elazer wants to be the one who's the aggressor in this game. Can't really blame him for it. Storm, not insane against Roaches, but weakening them up so the Immortals kill them more quickly is nice. Archon gets targeted down there specifically. It dies quite horribly, and Elazer falling back. It's got a Hive finishing up. Seismic Spines would be my guess as an upgrade here. Maybe Adrenal. He does have +1 on the Lings. He's fired up +2. Seismic Spines getting tossed up. There we go. So he is going to go for some Lurkers here. He didn't just get a Lurker Den as an just in case kind of a thing. He does want to turn some of these Hydras into the Lurks. We'll see how that works out for him. PtitDrogo taking another base up this left side, sending some Zealots down into a base that's defended by 2 Sunkens, but against +2 charge lots, look at that reposition. He's like, yeah, no. I don't want to fight that at all. These Lings don't have Adrenal yet, but it doesn't matter because they're backed up by a million Hydras. So that's what's going on here. Some drones die here too, but nothing that big, nothing that problematic for Elazer. Elazer's at 79 workers. PtitDrogo's at 82. Income is been currently favoring PtitDrogo, but been bouncing. Non-Adrenalings are going to force a cancel on this base because PtitDrogo is just a little bit out of position. That actually hurts. Getting a cancel on that base. He was doing so great economically. Really keeping up with what Elazer was doing. Nice transfuses on those spines too. Yeah, I think more splash at this stage. More Immortals, especially if we are going to get those Lurkers. We've got 11 of them, so yeah, we're getting the Lurkers. 11 Lurkers exist. The more Immortals you have, the better. Immortals really chunk giant HP bunches off of ye old Lurks. And the Double Knight is coming in here too. I mean, Lurkers do bonus damage versus Immortals as well, so it's not like a, it's not a hard counter to Lurkers, but it's one of the better ones that Protoss have against these guys. So PtitDrogo expanding up the top side again in the place where it was canceled. He needs to be killing some of these tumors. Even Obs with him? No? Laser coming south. Lurkers. We have the range upgrade. Do not engage. Do not engage with us. Changelings, no. Not allowed to spy anymore. Adaptive Talons on the follow-up. PtitDrogo, there you go. Bring some Obs along. Good for killing creep tumors. Also great for spotting Lurkers if you're fighting them. If you have an Obs or 2. Good heavens. Okay, Storm. There you go. If you storm Lurkers as they're burrowing in, it really does a bunch of damage against them. And then it's much, much easier to pick them off. Stalkers do bonus to armor too. So, I mean, Stalker's not a terrible answer. It's just that the splash of the lurkers really, really hurts him. PtitDrogo says, screw lurkers, I'm going to make carriers, but also I'm getting double Nidus back here right on top of that fleet beacon. Can he save it? Oh, a recall back home. And High Templar in this party, but Immortal the bigger part. So one Nidus dies, the other Nidus ends up popping, but it probably shouldn't. Nothing should come out of it. Okay, Elazer takes the opportunity to bust on into this third base. Try to shut it down. Lurker Spines keeping the army away. Storm softening everything up, and he needs to flee. So PtitDrogo does that very well, but oh, the Nidus is popped here. Now this is a no-go zone. This is a very heavily lurkered position. Can PtitDrogo crush through it? There are definitely carriers being produced. Does Elazer have enough anti-air to deal with a small number of carriers? Maybe. He has 17 Hydras, so yes, he can deal with like 2, 3, 4 carriers, but if it starts getting much higher than that, he's going to be in trouble. So we'll see. We'll see if he can engage and kill PtitDrogo before it gets up to like a 12-carrier army setup. He just throws up these Niduses in full view of PtitDrogo. Again, he's not hiding them. He's like, please, send some units to deal with these Niduses. They're very scary. And they did cost me gas. So, I mean, it's not like it's a free play that Elazer gets to do. These Niduses dying too. So Nidus is not providing a ton of value today, but that's all right. They don't have to. 2 more probes die. Niduses coming up. Storm the Lings. The Lings are a great answer to these Immortals and Stalkers, man. And High Templar, to a certain extent, the bleeding of those Hydras, though. Hydras are to do great against Immortals and Stalkers, but they all got completely bruised up by that storm. Good storm here. We're noticing more Hydras being produced. What I'm not particularly paying super close attention to is how many of those Hydras turn into lurkers. We probably honestly shouldn't see any more lurkers produced here. They're just absolutely dead weight versus a carrier fleet that PtitDrogo is going for. 5th base down the right side. This group gets cleaned up by Adrenalings that do have +2 attack. And by that I mean not quite cleaned up because they don't have +3 attack or any armor upgrades. +1 Carapace is on the way. PtitDrogo. Oh, Nidus. Nope. Another Nidus shut down. Beautiful. This base is canceled. All right, PtitDrogo. You show them who's boss. I am honestly shocked by where we are right now. I thought Elazer would have this game pretty well in hand by the 17-minute mark, but PtitDrogo is really showing what he's capable of here. So yeah, 2 carriers. You are not scared of 2 carriers if you are a Zerg player, unless you don't have any anti-air at all, which sometimes I do that. But not Elazer. Elazer has some Hydras. Oh, this carrier does not want to be alone. Okay, 4 carriers, a little scarier. That accidentally rhymed. Hatch down, big hatch down here. PtitDrogo's up 200 to 162 supply right now. The hybrid carrier plays. He got there. It was not easy, but he got there, and that's a GG. PtitDrogo taking down Elazer in 18 minutes. Wow. I am absolutely impressed by this. I am hugely impressed by this. What an incredible display of PvZ there by PtitDrogo. Drogo. It's more of a French Drogo kind of a thing. But dude, that was great. The lurkers, 17 lurkers died. They didn't take any bases down. I didn't see them really tear through any huge groups of Protoss units. PtitDrogo was microwing so well. I mean, he did lose 9 Immortals today, but it wasn't lurker tearing through them, right? Wait. Just kidding. 6 Immortals died today. But still, yeah, I mean, that's a decent number. But I don't think it was really lurkers all that much. Resources lost 30,000 to 22,000. Elazer, way more there, which is to be expected in a PvZ, but this was a big number for an 18-minute game. And then, yeah, he just didn't have enough Hydras when the carriers started showing up. There were 7 carriers out, and Elazer had 14 Hydralisks. That's definitely not enough. Nor did he have a Spire. He had no capability of making Corruptors whatsoever, which he was going to need because you need Corruptors against carriers. Unless, I did cast a game, who was it? Hero versus Dark or something like that, where Dark did get Microbial Shroud and actually totally worked. for him against the carriers. Part of it was that he was wrecking the Protoss bases on the other side with Ling Ultra, and the carriers weren't particularly being microed all that well. But still, Microbial Shroud held out and won. So it can be done with Microbial Shroud and no Corruptors, but generally it needs to be Corruptors. It just does. If your enemy goes into carriers, at some point they're forcing Corruptors out. It's annoying, but welcome to StarCraft. Sometimes unit compositions force out other unit compositions. You can do it to your enemy. They can do it to you. It's fair. So excellently done, man. I mean, this is just a nice Protoss win. Every Protoss fan's like, yeah, we need these little wins from time to time. We still don't have a Premier Tournament win in the last 2 years. GSL was kind of close. We got Creator into the semifinal of GSL Season 2. That was nice, but it was a TVZ final again, so tough. Also, 10 Niduses died, and I don't think they accomplished anything. The most the Niduses accomplished were giving a decent unload position for units to kind of threaten this third base. But you could have done that just by walking them here. Like, the Nidus capabilities didn't really help all that much. This Nidus didn't do anything. These two didn't do anything. These two didn't do anything. I mean, it was just, yeah, just kind of a waste of Nidus. And again, it's 75 gas per Nidus. So, I mean, that adds up. That adds up in a game that is this close. Also, we cannot forget PtitDrogo simultaneously sniping this base and this base with the combination of Zealots and Archons. Just a double base snipe, putting Elazer down to 3 bases while not losing any bases of his own at the time was great. Yes, he did cancel this one, or it died anyway. He ended up having to cancel a base, but it never actually went down. So that hurts, but not as much as actually killing 3 hatcheries. So GG. GG. That was amazing. That was an absolutely fantastic PvZ. Good show of Protoss, and, well, that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.